This kid-approved vegan cornbread is gobbled up by the little ones in my life every time I make it. It's easy, thrifty, super tasty, and it's even better on the side of a spicy Chipotle 2-bean chili. Hello, I'm Catherine. Tonight I'm making chili, and pretty much every time I make chili, I make this easy vegan cornbread alongside it, so I wanted to share it with you. It's easy to make with pantry-friendly ingredients. Both kids and adults love it, and it's one of my go-tos for bringing along to family gatherings. It's pretty much one bowl. You don't need a cast iron skillet for this cornbread. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's moist, it's fluffy, it has just enough texture, and it's just so full of homey comfort. Start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and buttering and flouring an 8 by 8 inch square baking pan. In a glass measuring cup or small bowl, measure 1 cup plant milk of choice and 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. Give this mixture a stir and set aside for 5 minutes. This milk and acid mixture is a quick homemade vegan buttermilk. And the first time I saw buttermilk in a recipe, I went out and bought a carton of buttermilk. Used a bit for that recipe and the rest likely went to waste. So anytime you need buttermilk, you can make a quick homemade version by just adding some lemon juice or vinegar to your milk and letting it sit and curdle for a few minutes. It sounds gross, but it makes your baking nice and fluffy. In a large mixing bowl, make 2 flax eggs. Combine 2 tablespoons ground flaxseed meal and 6 tablespoons water. Let this mixture sit and thicken for about 3 minutes. Another trick, ground flaxseed or linseed makes a great egg replacer mixed with water. So the ground seeds take on the water and they make a jelly texture that acts like a binder in your recipes like an egg would. We always have flax seeds as part of our pantry, but we actually store them in the fridge. The colder temperature keeps them more fresh. And you can buy ground flaxseed or flaxseed meal, but you can also buy the whole seeds and then just grind them when you need them. That way they'll be the most fresh and you'll get the most amount of nutrition from the seeds. Personally, I find it a little too cumbersome to grind the seeds every time I need them, so I tend to buy the whole seeds, store them in my fridge, and grind half a cup to a cup at a time and then store it in a little jar. And once that jar is empty, then I replenish it. So find out what works for you. After 5 minutes, when your buttermilk has curdled, add half a teaspoon baking soda to the mixture. Baking soda needs an acid to be activated, so stir it into the buttermilk and it will work its magic. Add a 1/3 cup melted vegan butter and a 1/4 cup cane sugar to your flax eggs. Next, add the vegan buttermilk mixture and give all that a stir. Now add a 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 cup yellow cornmeal, and 1 cup white all-purpose flour. Stir until just combined and no more flour is visible. Cornmeal is another great pantry staple, and as it's just ground corn, it's quite inexpensive and easy to find, but it does come in different textures. So we always have finely ground cornmeal for making polenta, which I find similar to making a risotto, but for this recipe I use medium ground cornmeal because I like the extra bit of texture that it gives the finished bread. Pour the finished batter into your buttered and floured baking tin in an even layer and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes. My cornbread usually takes 32 minutes to be exact, but just know that if you're using a different sized or shaped pan, then the baking time might vary. So use all your senses. If you start smelling the cornbread smelling nice and wonderful, then take a look. If it looks golden around the edges and dry on top, then just use a toothpick, slide it into the center, and if it comes out clean, then your cornbread is ready. And during this half-hour baking time, I make my chili. Chili is one of my favorite easy meals because I can use all frozen or canned ingredients. To a large pot with a bit of oil or water, add 1 diced yellow onion, 4 cloves of minced garlic, a 1/4 teaspoon salt and pepper, and saute that for 2 to 3 minutes. Then add 1 cup corn kernels, 1½ tablespoons chili powder, a 1/2 teaspoon cumin, and 1 tablespoon chopped chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. That's about 1 pepper. Stir and cook for 3 minutes. Then add 2 28-ounce cans of diced tomatoes with their liquid, 2 cups red kidney beans, 2 cups chickpeas, and up to 2 cups water or vegetable broth. Bring that to a boil, then lower the heat, cover, and simmer for 25 to 30 minutes. This smells so good! Chili is just the perfect fridge freezer clean out meal. So feel free to add in whatever you want to this. Add in more veggies, any grains, anything that you need to get rid of. And the beans in this recipe provide all the protein. And if you want to know how to cook beans from scratch for extra thriftiness, we have a video on just that. If you're using canned beans, like I did with the kidney beans, you can use the liquid in the can, and that will thicken the chili up even more. And then you can just decrease the amount of water or broth that you use. Some people like thick chili, some people like thin chili. So use as much liquid as you like, and if you need to thicken it up even more, then you can add some tomato paste or stewed tomatoes. I think I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste to mine, and then serve up my chili with my cornbread. Look at this cornbread. It is so fluffy and it has such a nice texture. And I was very surprised that the kids in my life love this with the flaxseed and the cornmeal, but I think it has just enough sweetness that it's friendly to their taste buds. And this kid-approved vegan cornbread costs us $2.60 to make. If we had used 1 egg, a cup of dairy milk, and dairy butter, a third cup of dairy butter, it would cost us $2.83. And this spicy Chipotle 2-bean chili serves 6 and costs us just over $7 using beans we've cooked from scratch, and just over $10 using canned beans. So click the links below for these recipes, subscribe for a new video every Sunday at 5. And next Sunday, we are doing the second of our holiday specials and making a beautiful whole roasted cauliflower main dish that is going to be perfect for your holiday tables. So don't miss it. Oh my God. Excuse me while I eat all the cornbread.